Followed Grana Weep Ninny Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. And so this week we'll talk about the news. We got a couple of new bots coming into the game. You probably saw from the thumbnail while you were waiting or before you clicked on the video if you're watching the replay. And we got some crystal cracking, and we got some new toys in this week to take a look at. So pretty jam-packed episode. Do I even do episodes? No, but hey, yeah, each new show is a new episode, right? So let's say hi to everybody here in the chat. RB Blades, Fong Vang, Shanette Goins, Super VH, Wolfman, Blurmus Prime, Texatron, long time no see. Welcome back. Oktar is here, one of our channel members. Fitz19, Thavish Tiger, Ditto, Joey Johnston, and I think I saw a Bulkhead in here, and yeah, lots of cool people. El Takuche, I think that's how you say that. I know I've seen it a lot, never really worked out the right way to say that, but yeah, cool. How about we go ahead and jump into the news and get that going. This weekend's event is called Unusual Allies. And the new bots are Shattered Glass, Goldbug, and Shockwave. They're joining the ranks in the game this weekend. So the first two Shattered Glass bots to join the game. They did reveal some Shattered Glass skins, but it's just skins as far as I know. But these are actual bots that are Shattered Glass bots. And even though the Autobots are evil and the Decepticons are good in Shattered Glass, it's still Autobot goes with the Autobots and Decepticon goes with the Decepticons. So just to clarify all of that, we'll do that. We'll talk a bit about them a little bit more, and I do have them on the test server, so we'll see them in action a little bit later. But in this weekend's event, it is a chance event, but it's a little bit different. Normally chance events are prestigious, but it's all one big prize board this time. But we still got pretty much the same same amount of crystals and other prizes. You got 65 total spark crystals up for grabs, 40 premium combat chips, 100 of the chance crystals, 1 G1 G metal, 2 normal G metal, and 10 gold power core chips also there as well. It is a totalizer, meaning it's one big prize board. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4 and be in an alliance. Tap the event button, pick the zone, win your battle, collect the points, and collect your prizes. It's the standard battle zones. And here is a summary of the prizes. These are the values that you need to get to if you want to collect all of the prizes that are available in the event. But prizes are given out of every 5 to 20,000 points that the Alliance scores. About every 5,000 at the beginning of the event, and about every 20,000 towards the end. And it is kind of backloaded. It's not evenly spread across. There are more prizes at the higher point values than there are at the lower point values. But, you know, that just kind of rewards people who go a little bit farther in the event. Looking at about the level that we normally do in our alliance, looks like we stand to get about the same amount of the chance crystals that we would normally get in a prestige format. So I think it's a pretty even, pretty fair spread. Let's see. Total spark crystals. They did not say what was in the total spark crystals or the chance crystals, but the total spark crystals are typically this. We've seen them before. Equal chance for 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 of each of the 3 different types of spark. And same thing, the event crystals, they did not give the breakdown in the newsletter, but this is what it typically has been, and the description in the newsletter matches what they normally do. So this is what I expect the chances to be. About a 25% chance to get something related to the character, either the 3-star, the 4-star, or some character shards, and also a chance for premium 3 or 4-star crystal shards as well. And they also revealed we got a new wallpaper coming for the game. Right now, it's still the same one with Trypticon and Metroplex, highlighting the fact that the Titans are now playable at headquarters level 17 and very strong squad power, but they are going to be swapping it out here pretty soon with this nice little Shattered Glass battle. And we can see Shattered Glass Soundwave over there with this headband, and we got Wheeljack if you look back off to the right-hand side up near Cybertron there. I assume that Cybertron looks like a Shattered Glass Wheeljack up there, along with Blur, Optimus Prime, and Goldbug, and you got a little Starscream back over there too. So pretty cool. I like the new wallpaper. Very, very cool. So let's talk about the new bots. You didn't see the bio in the newsletter, but I grabbed it from the game. Like I said, I do have both of these bots. They did provide both of these bots in the test server, so I went ahead and grabbed them so I could read it out for you, and I did see after the first sentence I missed a space. But hey, you know, that happens. Goldbug is ambitious, treacherous, and extremely paranoid. He's always looking over his shoulder, convinced someone is planning to usurp his privileged position as Optimus Prime's right-hand bot and chief enforcer. Largely because that's exactly what he did to his predecessor. Forged and raised in the lawless slums of Polyex, Goldbug, aka Bumblebee, is wily and street smart and ruthlessly determined to better himself. There's really no upper ceiling on what he'll do to prove he's better than his humble origins. He heads up the Autobots' deadly Seeker division. So apparently Seekers, no matter how you slice it, are part of the bad guys. The Decepticons had the Seekers in the normal continuity, and now the evil Autobots have the Seekers there in the Shattered Glass continuity. So pretty cool. Yeah. And Shockwave, very cool coloration there with the yellow and the kind of purple, kind of blue, kind of like in the middle there. But like we covered last week, this Goldbug did recently have a Generation Selects figure. I don't have that. Excuse me, but it's based on the Earthrise Cliffjumper mold. And as far as I can tell, the Shattered Glass Shockwave has never had a toy. Excuse me, at least not official toys. I think there's some customs out there, but has never seen an official toy of Shattered Glass Shockwave. Anyway, calm, methodical. Shockwave is the perfect ambassador and negotiator. Slow to rise to any bait and quick to offer practical and logical alternatives that can diffuse even the most fraught debate. He sees things clearly, his thoughts uncluttered overly by emotions. Pragmatic, dogmatic, he cools hot heads and calms troubled waters. If he has to fight, his tactics are defensive rather than offensive, but his clarity of thought gives him an advantage over a foe that sees only red. That said, he's more than capable of blowing a very big hole through any Autobot who simply refuses to listen to reason. So this is pretty cool, because normally the way Shattered Glass goes is whatever they are in the normal continuity, they're the opposite. You know, the colors often are the opposites, the personalities are often the opposites. In Shattered Glass Shockwave's case, he's kind of the same logical, no emotion type of a personality, except he's focused on doing good instead of doing evil. But the personality at the base is essentially the same, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I did notice a couple of errors in this one too, like he clams troubled waters. You know, it happens. It's funny. So they have the same ability, of course. It is called the Cryo Shell. You launch a Cryo Shell that chills enemies in a straight line for a short time, reducing their speed by 70%. And if a chilled enemy is destroyed, it deals heavy damage to nearby enemies. So there is a rule: whenever you use this ability, you have to yell "chill out." So, you know, because, you know, it chills enemies. So when you fire this off, you'll chill out Autobots or chill out Decepticons. You don't really have to do that, but I thought it would be funny. Guess they're gunners, says RB Blades. You know, I didn't even think to look at that. When I tested them the one time in battle, I basically just fired off the ability to see how it worked. I didn't even pay attention to what the bot was doing. We'll find out in a second. So, yeah, so that's it for the news. So let's go over to our community corner. This is, of course, the segment where we, our folks in our Discord share some of the creative talents, and so we'll start off with PB2, our resident Minecraft builder, built a nice version of Goldbug. There, Shattered Glass Goldbug, and yeah, looks real good. And, I think you made a comment that you weren't sure what the back looked like, but honestly, I think you did a good job. That looks right. You did a good job. And we haven't heard from this person in a little bit, but we did see some more from Bricks Motion, who basically builds Transformers from Legos, custom builds them, and they're fully transformable and everything, so it's pretty amazing. So we got Chop Shop here. We've got Perceptor and Scoop. I think we might have seen a couple of these before, but maybe not the full pictures that he's shown here. And then we get into some combat bots. So he's moving in on your territory there, PB2. Because I know you've done a lot of the combat bots as well. So we've got Slitherfang and Double Crosser here. Pretty cool how he used the clear bricks for the Double Crosser backpack there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we've got Sound Barrier. Looks like we got some clear bricks there for his backpack as well. And Top Heavy, got the little rhino horn there. I think it's funny how he basically just sits upside down and flips out, and that's pretty much what he does, honestly. We've got Gator Face and our most recent Autobot recruit, Pinpointer, is represented here in Lego fashion. He even got the blast effect for that, so that's really cool. That's really cool. And for if you happen to be watching the replay or anywhere other than YouTube, there's the link for YouTube channel right there, youtube.com/engineerhoist. Pretty easy to remember. Head on over there, and if you want to see more and be notified whenever I go live, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. I've also just today turned on the subscriber only notifications, mostly just because it keeps the spammers away. So we haven't had a terrible problem with it, but it's happened in the past, and I was like, let's turn on subscriber only chat. So if you want to talk, subscribe, and in about 5 minutes it'll open it up for you to do it, because scammers, they don't stick around for 5 minutes. They just go and spew their garbage and then move on. So that's why the subscriber only mode is on. If you kind of see, I don't know why they put it at the bottom of the chat that we display on screen, but that's what they did. So there you go. Anyway, and also you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And finally, I want to also thank all of my supporters, both my channel members and my moderators, for your support to help make this whole streaming experience a wonderful experience. I do really appreciate each and every one of you. So, and that would be the end of the news. So let's catch up and see what you guys are talking about in the comments. Let's see. Just Elite saying, "Yo, Engineer Hoist, what would you say the best War Squad bot-wise is?" Dude, I don't know. I don't war. War is boring for me. I've never really gotten into the war in the game. Not that I want you to go anywhere. Stick around because we have a good time over here. But if you got war questions, go ask Sunstreaker Waza. He's all into that. Is the Shattered Glass bots in the opposite factions? No, the Autobots is with the Autobots and Decepticons is with the Decepticons. So Goldbug is with the Autobots in the game, and Shockwave is with the Decepticons in the game. We'll see that in a second. PB2 is asking, was that one that I called Pinpointer was a trench foot? That's a good point. They do have a similar thing, but he wasn't able to provide the name because I turned off the commenting in the stream submissions. But so take it however you want. How close am I to a 4-star Omega Supreme? I'm getting pretty close. I think I might still need about 10,000 Shaniks. We will go ahead and head over to the game. we're not going to check the Shannix right now because we're on the test server and it's not as up to date as my current account is. And you can see the test server across the top. I do not have these games yet. Don't get freaked out by the amount of cyber coins because, again, test server. This has no bearing whatsoever on the normal account. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's go into the team screen so we can see Goldbug. I think I passed him, so here we go. Let's take a look at him in the hangar or the showroom or whatever you want to talk about. As you can see, I went in on the Autobot squad, and there he is. On the Autobot squad, he's got the purple, the evil Autobot insignia there. Got his guns blazing. And there's your back there for you, PB Chew. And we'll transform him in, does a couple of punches, puts up his dukes, and then collapses down into his sedan car mode. And transform him back. There he goes, and he is ready. He's got his guns back out, ready to go. Alright, so I did actually level him up. I got him to level 51 and leveled his ability to level 8, so you can kind of get a good idea of what a high-level bot would do. And there's the bio, in case you were wondering. He is a special class, as we can see there. And for the Decepticons, I did not level up Shockwave, but we will go over there. So you can see he has the same ability. That's what it looks like at level 1. And there's the bio if you want to see it without any spelling errors. And here he is in the lab. Looking very logical. Very logical in his bright yellow and purple cornflower blue type of coloring. Yeah, it's very logical coloring there, Shockwave. Oh, but check this out. He transforms. Look at that. Into his space gun mode. So finally we have a Shockwave with a alt mode in the game. Now it's not the Shockwave you want to see, but it is a Shockwave. Actually, I think I have a Shockwave. It might be a 3-star. I don't think they updated. Stop me if you see him. There he is. So there he is. You can see it's I think he has his the gun hand on the opposite hand. So I'm tapping the screen. He's not transforming. So just because the new one transforms, he's not. And in fact, you can see the new model has a bigger backpack. So basically what we've got here is the Shattered Glass Shockwave is a completely new model. It's not just this dude in new colors. They completely rebuilt the Shattered Glass Shockwave. I mean, they may have modeled him a little bit on him, but he's definitely different. Again, like if you notice, his backpack is not that large. His gun hand is on the left. And when we come back over to Shattered Glass, his gun hand is on the right. And he's got a huge backpack, and I think even the legs are a little bit bigger and boxier. So he's definitely a different model. So this guy transforms, but our normal Shockwave that everybody loves still does not transform as of right now. So there you go. Take them both to battle. Hey, well, this Shockwave is he's a baby. But I could probably do that. Let's go ahead and take Goldbug to battles because you know, he's a little bit higher level. So we'll go ahead and go into Zone 12. So if we go ahead and just kind of we'll drop Goldbug over, I think I did try it right here, and we'll drop everybody else as support. So you can see he's kind of got that kind of an attack, kind of like a cup or hot rod. And let's fire off his ability. Okay, chill out! So yeah, I did it. I said you guys need to do it, and boom, really nice range on that weapon. And let's fire Snapdragon's flame off. See if that takes anything out. And no. Chill out. Let's do this. And I'm pretty sure last time I did this, I stomped with Alita, and that'll do it. So, and so when you destroy them, they actually do cause quite a bit more damage. So they're definitely slowed. They're not causing as much. They're not attacking quite as often. And Hotspot wasn't able to take it out in time. I guess we'll just have to do another battle. Chill out. You don't really have to do that. That's already old. Okay. Oh man, I was trying to get that because it was close. Yeah, I thought Hotspot might get another hit in there to show off the explosion, but Alita was too strong for that headquarters. Yeah, it does shoot kind of like Skull Smasher, where he. Now again, that's a good point. You thought they changed his range. They may still. So that it's a test server. It's not final product. Subject to change. I suppose I should have put that disclaimer out there too. So. Roll out. Now let's see what kind of Decepticon work we can do. Let's just go send the Shockwaves by themselves. This is a very logical battle we're about to have here. I'm gonna fail miserably because this guy's like literally level 1 and level 1. Shockwave. Yeah, so see, there was a nice little explosion there. So he does that, and this Shockwave here, he still just kind of, heals and increases speed and whatnot. Doesn't cause a lot of damage over here. Oh, and Optimus Prime is gonna, beat down the Logic guys. Oh, and there he goes. Let's say increase your own speed there, buddy. Hey, the logic bros beat a took the base down. There we go, the logic bros. Logic wins. Like I said, very logical battle right there. Oh boy. Let's go try another one with the Autobots with the higher level. That was a fun time though. So let's skip these guys and send them in. How many sparks do you recommend? You mean like how high of a level? I think these guys are worth leveling up. They're not going to be like the one hit. They're not a primary attacker, but they are good for support. I think I saw somebody mention it's kind of a cross between Warpath and Brainstorm or Skull Smasher and Skyhawk, and I think that's a pretty apt comparison because it's kind of shoots in a straight line, but it also lays down the slow down, explode if you destroy a thing kind of ability.
Now, reap the whirlwind.
So let's go do this. We'll go lay that down. We'll follow up with a lead of one. So you can see quite a big explosion there. See there again too. So we laid down the chill and got Snapdragon over there to destroy one of them and cause a nice big explosion. So I think they're worth investing in. They're not going to be a top bot if you're one of those warring factions, alliances. He may not make your war team, but just as a fun bot to use, I think it's worth investing in. Snapdragon, Goldbug, and Warpath on the same team. Yeah, I could probably do that.
Autobots, roll out.
I got an extra spot here. Let me go find my Warpath. Yeah, I've been putting some work into my Warpath. He's pretty strong. I've been putting some work into my Warpath. That's probably a really good combo there. Although on the higher level bases, like I think I mostly attack in Zone 13 with Warpath. It usually takes 2 shots to take anything down. So you might, if you were to do this kind of a thing, you might need to do Warpath, then Goldbug, then Warpath. I'll try Goldbug first, followed by Warpath, and see how it goes. We'll just do these 2 guys first. Yeah, see that there didn't do it, but how about Snapdragon following up? Not quite enough. So you want to lay down a little bit of damage first before you do the Goldbug. And then follow up with your second strike. Like that. And of course, if you have a leader, you can just send her over there and stomp and destroy everything. I don't know if that's low enough to... It was! Excellent shot, smokescreen. Let's go ahead and send some, almost said cicadas, but birds. Feathers. Feathers. To help out the headquarters there. Goldie Brothers, I don't have a very good Goldfire. I'm still missing the 4-star. I haven't got the 5-star. I've only got a 3-star, and I don't know what kind of level he's at. I can go see if I can find him. How much health does Goldbug have? We can take a look. Go well with Russians that leave a trail like Bludgeon, Headstrong. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he would definitely work well with those kind of guys. Whether you pair them with Warpath or any of them, you could do that. But like you said, with Headstrong, Rampage, or for the Autobots, it would be Pyromagna or Slug or Slag, whichever you prefer. Officially in the game, he's Slug. What did you want to do? The Goldbug Brothers, Goldbug, Goldfire. I'm going to take Blur off. That's actually put me closer to where Goldfire is. I don't think he's even that high. Yeah, see, this is my best Goldfire there. He's a baby. And who else did you want to see? Oh, you want to, let's see. I got a Pyromagna and Slug. I got them both pretty good levels. Ninja Master Builder last weekend got a 5-star Shockwave. Cool. Congrats. All right. Okay, so we want to try Goldfire and Goldbug. Alright, so his range is not nearly as big. So see, Goldbug's range is practically the entire base. It's almost like Silverbolt. But Goldfire is much shorter, so you do kind of need to... You're not going to have as good a success, and even Slug, when you get him in here, I think his range... So we'll go ahead and send the Goldbug, and then we'll send Goldfire. And see, even Slug's got a shorter range. Yeah, it worked though. Yeah, you saw Goldfire. He took out those couple of things there in the middle and caused some explosion. Now, it doesn't really work if Slug decides to go off on his own and do his own thing.
Now, reap the whirlwind.
Asking about the battle pass, there haven't been any word. I have a pretty strong feeling they will be addressing that during tomorrow's stream. So there we go. See, what else have you guys So Warpath or Shattered Glass Goldbug, which do you prefer? Warpath. Definitely, because he causes significant damage. So, like, if you go look at Warpath, it just punches a straight line, just straight up does damage. And Goldbug, it slows your enemies basically by 70% for 10.8 seconds, and the time duration does go up with the level, as you can see here. And it says if an enemy is destroyed, then it explodes and causes damage. The ability itself doesn't cause damage. It's kind of like Air Raid or Brainstorm, Slipstream, Skyhawk, where the chill, you're slowing things down and you're setting a bomb, but you gotta follow up with somebody else to do the damage. So if you've got somebody to pair this with to trigger the bomb from this, then it's roughly the same as Warpath for whatever that you manage to destroy. Because you can see level 8, 2300 damage. And Warpath he's at level 8 and 1669 damage. So it's actually more damage per explosion than what Warpath does. But again, Warpath is doing this damage no matter what it touches, no matter what by itself. The Goldbug only causes that damage if something else blows it up. Now, it does slow things down, though, so it's not completely worthless if you're not able to blow anything up. It's basically kind of like a straight line brainstorm. So, yeah. Yes, Arrow DJ Hard. Autobots are getting Goldbug, Decepticons are getting Shockwave. We actually did a very logical battle with Shockwave and Shockwave. What's a good core for Shattered Glass Goldbug? Well, same core the Warpath has, Volatile Mixture. Well, no, because he's not a gunner. He's a special class. Yeah, I suppose we can go look at that. Let's see, what kind of cores can you put on him? Where is he? So, equip the power cores. Yeah, obviously any prime core. He's a special class, so it's really just the universal cores. He's not going to have any gunner specific. He's not going to have any warrior specific, not any air class specific. So, basically, you've got Tactician. No. Wall Breaker. No. You can put Rejuvenate, Health, Attack, Wall Breaker, and Tactician are basically the only cores. Yeah, I don't know, man. The attack core, maybe. If all else fails, slap a vitality or a rejuve on him if you got an extra one. So that's basically what I would say. If you've got an extra, depending on what you have extras of, if you've got an attack or a vitality or rejuvenate, pick one that you have and throw it on him. There's really no specialized core. I don't think he's worth putting a prime core on unless you want to put one of those passive prime cores, like maybe if you want to put an Alpha Trion on him, or like a Solus Prime or something on him. Depends what you use them for. But so Shockwave, of course, is going to be the same thing too. Just universal cores only because they're special. That's one of the things that I've always been kind of frustrated by. It doesn't really apply to these guys because they are kind of just the normal mid-range bot, but the bots that are definitely gunners, they act like gunners, they shoot like gunners, but they're special in name only, really ought to be able to take gunner power cores like Volatile Mixture or Flak Jacket, I suppose, if you want to, but because there's just so many special bots out there, you get these class-specific cores that you often don't even get a chance to use them because you got so many of these other bots that are special only. So it really almost would rather see it be based on the range. So like we got a lot of melee special bots. Like Optimus Prime is a melee. I mean, yes, he's got his G1 core, he's got a bot-specific core. Those are probably better for him, but assume he doesn't. You would be limited to just those universal cores, where if he's attacking melee, maybe he would be better with the Trithelium plating. Or maybe he'd be better with, no, he wouldn't be better with the Death Pulse. But, so it's yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the other good thing. I saw somebody mention Blowpipe. Let's see, what kind of combat bots can they wield? Obviously, the companion bots like Night Stalker, Stripes, Air Razor, Dial. You could do that. Rat Trap, Red Heat, and I think what was it, like the Road Burner would also be available. But let's see, Fire Drive. You can put Flak, Top Shot. Again, those guys are kind of like, anybody but warriors, anybody but melee type of combat bots. Fire Drive, Trenchfoot, Spoil Sport. So so you got a pretty decent selection of combat bots you could put on them. Pretty much anything other than like the melee only combat bots like Pterosaur or Smashdown or anything, you know, not the gunner only to like top heavy or glitch you can't put on there. And even Pinpointer, I think, was air class only, so you wouldn't be putting that on him either. So you got a pretty decent range, pretty decent selection of combat bots you can put on him. So we'll go back over here while I switch things around. Do have some Decepticon crystals to crack. It might be one of the last times we see some Decepticon crystals cracking, because it's getting to be a little much trying to keep 2 accounts going, so I might be abandoning my Decepticon account again for a while. Not sure. It's just my weekends have been kind of getting, you know, busier and doing stuff, and I find it hard to have time to do both games. But I do have crystals from this past weekend on both accounts. So there we are. We got the Decepticon account up, and 39 crystals available. Oh, let's go see who's in the research lab. I can't remember. Oh, Lockdown. Yeah, he's been sitting there waiting for an upgrade for a while, and Vortex. So we made a fairly decent way, and we got the first 4 batches of the Combiner crystals to crack open. Got a couple of free crystals that I didn't get a chance to crack before we came in here. We'll just go ahead and get those out of the way. Got a few premium crystals. Got a 4-star crystal. Got some power core chips. Nice enhanced ordnance. I like that. Those are always good for your air class bots, especially the air class bots that really do damage. Got 2 of them even. Excellent. Like, for example, you wouldn't put that on like Air Raid or Slipstream or somebody. Okay, well, we had 2 winners, so okay, yeah. Then I guess it doesn't. The Death Pulse food doesn't hurt quite as bad. And that's the building Death Pulse. There's a better course. Is Ultra Magnus a better outpost or fighting bot? I think there's way better bots you can put in your outpost than Ultra Magnus. Of course, it depends on which bots you have. I mean, if you don't have some of the better bots that you might find in a list, and Ultra Magnus is particularly strong, then he'd probably do a pretty decent job. But in general, there's better bots to choose from. Nightbird. Oh, look at that. Duplicate 4-star scrapper from a premium. I'll take the 5-star shards and the combiner spark. The other stuff, eh. I say that about the point defense beam only because I think I already have one. Otherwise, that's pretty decent. Cosmos is actually pretty good in an outpost. Yeah, definitely go Cosmos over Ultra Magnus. Nothing special there. Kind of wish they gave these in bundles of 10 so you could just use that times 10 button instead of hitting them 5 times. I don't even know what all these colors mean. We'll figure it out when we open them. This first one to the left is probably Predaking. Yep. Yeah, this is also annoying too, the fact that they threw 2 stars in there. I think I mentioned that last week. Still grinds my gears. Have a good one, Ditto. Feel better. Yay, 2-star tantrums. And let's see, this one's what, Lyle Kaiser? No, Bruticus. Oh, speaking of Bruticus, stick around when we get to the toy section. We'll be looking at it. Bruticus is involved, let's just say. A lot of swindles. Say, Swindle, I already told you no, I don't want your illegal arms. Go away. Oh, Vortex. Yeah. So. Let's see, so let me go ahead and give you a preview of what we're talking about with Bruticus. That was it. Just a quick look. Hope you were paying attention. We'll get there when we're done with all the crystal cracking stuff. Just a little teaser, little peek. Oh, Devastators. Long haul. Yeah, the old days of individual crystal cracking for 2-star duplicates. Bone Crusher. I already said it. And, I lost track. Pterosaur. These are all definitely going to be duplicates because I do have all of the Pterosaur bots even at 4-star. My one and only 4-star combiner. Got a 3-star there. Whoa, a second 3-star duplicate dead end. And I don't think we have anything. I think this is, yeah, 3-star crystal. Oh, it's pretty. I'm actually really close to the 3-star Triptychon. Not that I'm close to even getting the 2-star Triptychon. And I think the other thing is G metal chips, which I'm not getting. 4-star crystal duplicate. Keeping this and Swindle again. Swindle, we told you we don't want your stuff, and I'm pretty sure I have a gold G1 core review already. All right, let's head back over here. Swap the sound back. So we got Beast Wars Prowl coming out of research. And I got somebody else in there too. I can't remember who. We're back to my live account, by the way. Silverbolt. Billy's Beast Wars Silverbolt. So we need to work on him a little bit. He was level 40 leveling. I think I need to go pick up some free crystals in here. Think I might have some premium. Yeah. I'm gonna go pick up those premiums. I was really hoping I'd get another 1,000 premium shards so I could have just hit that get 10 button, but you know, doesn't work out that way sometimes. And, you know, I think I would have had it, but I grabbed a single crystal like early in the event, and then it's like, oh, I should have waited, and yeah, I should have waited. I'm sure we've all done that once or twice. Why does it say 2? Did I miss a free crystal? Okay, I knew that one was there. Alright. Let's go crack these free crystals first. Well, that was quite the explosion for a smart bomb. I knew I should have cracked the free crystals first. I knew I should have cracked them first. This game is taunting me. It's taunting. It's like, we heard you complaining about that 1,000 shards, so here's one for you. If you already grabbed them all. Oh. Let's go ahead and do that. It'd be like that, yeah. Well, we can hit the X10 crystal, the button on this one, so we got a ratchet. We got a blades. We got a wheeljack. We got a leader one. We got hot rod. We got Jetfire. We got Goldfire. We got another Wheeljack.
Wheeljack.
And Snapdragon. Drift. And that's all she wrote, folks. And all of these combiner crystals are going to be duplicates. We can sit here and go through them if you want, but they're all guaranteed to be duplicates because I've got all of them at 4-star on my Autobot account. I mean, I'm definitely going to open them, but you know, whether you guys want to sit here and watch. Yeah, what the heck, it's content, right? Volatile mixture's nice to get out of one of those. Baby Chew says, proceed with Dupe City. Power Magna. Power Magna. Victory Star Saver says, I have an idea. Why don't they have a Crystal Fest where the odds of pulling a 4-star or a 3-star go up? Why don't they? Just saying. Thank you to whoever subscribed. It flashed on the screen, but I wasn't able to catch it. It was actually on and off pretty quick. There's Sludge. or as he used to be called, Slog. I always find it funny when I get comments still on some of the older videos like, why are you calling him Strafe? He's called Sloop. It's like, well, because I made the video like 4 years ago and he was called Strafe then. So it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't take any offense to it, but it's just kind of funny. Because, you know, it's like, before you make a comment or something, maybe check the date the video was published, because you might be watching a pretty old video. I mean, not just on my channel. I mean, on anybody's channel. I talk with some other people. They say the same thing. They get comments on some of their older videos from 3, 4, 5 years ago, and saying it's like, why didn't you talk about this figure? It's like, because it didn't come out until 3 years after I made the video. You know. So. Okay, looked like the whole subscribe. You know how I said the spammers aren't going to subscribe just so they can post? Well, apparently, you know, there's always exceptions. Thank you for catching that. There's a really dedicated spammer, that, whoever that was. Oh, look at that! We got a 4-star Sunstreaker. Don't need that core, but I will take that Combiner Spark and the 5-star shards. Thank you very much. Shattered Glass Jetfire arrived and he's awesome. He does look really cool. I just have no space for him. So I didn't end up getting him. Air raid. Air raid's pretty fun to use at the lower levels. Once you start getting into higher levels, it doesn't really work very well. But he's pretty fun to use, you know, at some lower levels. And that's gonna do it. Oh, and I fall just short of having enough 3 stars for the Metroplex. But again, I don't have Metroplex even at the 2-star. I could probably, if I sat down and gave it a shot, I could probably pull off that tank campaign, and I may do that. So somebody asked how close am I to 4-star Omega Supreme, and I said about 10,000, and yeah, I'm 9,900 away. So, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But as far as combiners go, oh, that's right, I forget, it doesn't show on the screen. Here, I'm just gonna drop this down for a minute, so you can see the Defensor is level 19, Computron is 16, Volcanicus is 15, Victorion 13, Superion 11, Optimus Maximus is 10. Omega Supreme is only a 3-star, so he cannot go higher than 10 at the moment. And Magnaboss also cannot go higher than 10 at the moment until I get Ironhide. Whew, we had a lot to talk about there for the game. That was a pretty nice long stream, taken up by Dupe City. But I think that's it for the Transformers Earth Wars stuff. If you guys, that's all you're here for, have a good evening. We appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Otherwise, hang on, and we'll talk about some toys. Had a few deliveries. One delivery actually came in today. Complete surprise. And I got another delivery. Actually, I placed the order on Friday, and it showed up on Monday. It was much faster. Normally, that last couple times it was taking about a week, and it would have been showing up tomorrow. But it came early, so that's great because we got extra stuff to show you. The thing that showed up today, very surprising. Golden Disc Pterosaur showed up. He's basically like an Air Razor heavy remold. He had some issues. Let me get him in front of the other camera. We'll go over here. Yeah, he doesn't have a clear view, but it's kind of hard to hide this guy. So we'll talk about him in a minute. So, I mean, he's pretty good. His feet are on ball joints, and they're very loose. So he has a tendency to want to tip over. So that's not a good thing. But if you know the trick with floor polish or kiki, they call it, it's basically the same kind of stuff. You put some, if you could pop the ball joint out, or if you can kind of sneak something past and get it in there, and you kind of work it around, it builds up an extra little layer of resistance, and it just strengthens the joint. Because if I were to stand him actually straight, okay, as usual, demonstrations on camera don't ever work right, because if I were going to say, oh yeah, he stands perfectly fine, he'd fall over. So I'm trying to demonstrate that he falls over, but now he's standing. Oh, you know what it is? I had him posed like this. See, I had him. So it's a real tenuous balance. If you put him with the gun out, he's okay, but you can see, I think even he's leaning a little bit forward. So it's and it's not just that he doesn't have enough of a heel spur. It's because the he rotates in the ball joint to fall over. Also on my copy, one of these legs, I can't remember which one, it wouldn't rotate all the way around. I had to pop out the mushroom joint because it had a little burr on it that I had to kind of shave off, and now they both rotate just fine. It was probably this one because it feels a little bit tighter. And one of the wings popped off for some reason. I was able to pop it back on, and it was tight to get back on, so I have no idea how it popped off. So a litany of problems when I first got him out, but really, honestly, once I got the wing back on and fixed the thing on the leg, really the only remaining issue is the feet are just way too loose. So that's pretty cool. These extra little I don't know, razors or claws or whatever, they're extra little pieces that plug into a little 5mm port he has on there. But he's got eyes in the back of his head, so you can see what's coming. But yeah, overall, I mean, he's pretty good. So I'm gonna use a lot of empty fill words in space to show how. I'm gonna put floor polish or something in his feet, and then he'll stand just fine. Everything else is pretty good. You know, all the joints are pretty fine. So while I got him here, I figured I would bring out the other Golden Disc guys. So we've got Jackpot and Sights. We've got Puffer. We've got Road Ranger. And we have Mutant Tigatron there to fill it out. So, getting a little preview of some other stuff here. Need to clear out the space. But yeah, so there you go. There's your Golden Disc collection. I got them all from Amazon. I think they were also selling them on Hasbro Pulse. So there they all are. I also brought Mutant Tigatron out. So apparently I missed you guys' comment during the last stream. They noticed that, hey, what about his shoulder? His shoulder looks like it's on backwards. And I didn't see your comment, nor did I even actually see it on the figure until it was pointed out in Discord. I'm like, huh, it totally is. But unlike the Galvatron issue where you actually have to disassemble it, this guy's pretty easy. Just kind of, rotate it, the arm up and spin it around and rotate it back around, and it all works fine. So it actually is a much easier fix than the whole Galvatron one. So I never would have caught that until you guys pointed it out, so appreciate it. Let's move these guys out the way. Oh, I also forgot, Pterosaur also comes with Golden Disc, the VOC version. So if you saw the Arc, comes with 2 of these. It comes with one which is just like the Voyager actual Golden Disc, and one with the VOC writing. Pterosaur comes with the same one as the VOC, same as the Arc. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So in my other delivery, I got First Aid, and I've got him here in arm mode, mounted on the. This is the Ocular Max, aka Mastermind Creations, Bruticus, and I just took Vortex off and put First Aid just to show that they can scramble city, sort of. Like the arms can't be legs, the legs can't be arms, but you can swap a Defensor arm for a Bruticus arm. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now the hands on him are far more articulated as well. I am going to put the camera down. I'll disconnect him and show him a little bit more up close for you guys. Now it's interesting that First Aid does connect there, but he connects kind of upside down to what Vortex does. The part that actually plugs into the shoulder is upside down. So I'll go ahead and put this back on. So I just took First Aid straight out, but I can't put Vortex straight back in. To get him back in the way that the combiner part connects, I actually have to put him upside down and lock it in, and then spin it back around. Or you can spin the shoulder before you go and connect it. Yeah, so there's Bruticus with his proper arm. And I'll go ahead and move these guys out of the way. Probably should have covered them first. So the Bruticus, the fingers, they were basically as articulated as this, but they did not have the spread like this. They were just straight. You couldn't spread them. They were just locked in like that. Also, another thing this hand can do that Bruticus can't, you can actually open it up. And they actually displayed it this way at TFCon, where you could actually set the hand down, straighten out the arm a little bit. You could have it just straight stand up on its own. So that's pretty cool. And in fact, I don't know if it was intentional to have the extra articulation, or if that's just kind of a byproduct. That was kind of a nice thing to have, like the extra flip like that, because you do need it flipped up like that to transform it to get back into the legs, the back of the ambulance, and also these are the legs of First Aid. Medicus is the third-party name. But yeah, we all know him as First Aid. pretty cool figure. Yeah, looks good in robot mode, looks good in ambulance mode, and you know, you can see him here in arm mode, and he definitely serves the function. So a handstand, yep, exactly. So in addition to him, let's see, what else did I get? I got my very first figure of DevCon. There's an Iron Factory Galaxy Ranger. So you can see him here, and he is. Where did I get these? I got these all from the Chosen Prime. Go to thechosenprime.com. Tell them Hoist sent you. I'm just kidding. It's not sponsored or affiliate or anything, but that's where I got them from. But yeah, if you do go there, tell them Hoist sent you. Maybe they'll reach out. I don't know. But cool stuff. I've seen them at the last TFCon. Always good people there. So so they first released Scourge, the tracker, and so there you go. He came with this cool little scythe and a few other little knife weapons. He also came with Scourge. Actually, came with like 3 or 4 different heads, a few different shoulder pad options, and he's basic. Other than the head difference and the shoulder pads, the Galaxy Ranger is about the same, although it is slightly different. Like Scourge has these little like pods, and he's got, you know, fins, like tail fins. Otherwise, they're basically the same. And the way he's got his wings, it's basically you just Scourge could do it too. You just kind of rotate it around to do the same thing. You could certainly have him down like Scourge does, but I kind of like, you know, it definitely looked weird to me. Definitely looked weird to me having him up like that first, but I kind of like the difference. You could certainly have him down like that if you want. Alpha Trion is a little bit different. He's mostly the same. I mean, he does have a different head. Obviously, he's got this really cool staff with like the Matrix in it. Obviously, different shoulder pads. But his back wings are a little different. You can see they fold back in there, and that's mostly because they're molded a little different. He doesn't have this extra side piece. Well, it goes in the middle here, but it would be on the side of the vehicle mode. He doesn't have that, so it allows you to fold his shell, his cape, back farther into his back, whereas these two guys, they're stuck having them way out there. So, like I said, see this little middle piece here, in between this and this, there's like this little middle piece. The Alpha Trion one, who Last Prophet is the third-party name. He doesn't actually have that piece, so. So yeah, so we got that guy. And the last one I got was, again, Iron Factory Sonic Wave. They didn't call it 2.0, but it is 2.0. And if I'd thought about it, I'd have brought over the 1.0, but this one is way better. The other one's pretty cool, but it's very early Iron Factory, so it was small and just kind of, you know, it was early. It was good for what it was early, but it was basically the same exact figure as like Blaster and Perceptor and I think a couple of other things. This one is actually really cool. I think most people would tell you to go with Magic Square or New Age if you're going for like the G1 look, which I would say yeah, but I also like Iron Factory. He comes with this cool Megatron gun, although I think like pretty much every Soundwave and Starscream and there's so many of these little Megatron gun accessories out there now anyway. I know I've got at least a handful of them. But yeah, he came with that. He came with his gun. He came with the shoulder blaster. He does not have tapes, nor does he have the ability to carry tapes. You can open his chest, but there is no room for anything in there. You do have to open this as part of transformation, but there's no space to store anything. His alt mode, he has 2 of them. He is, if you know Iron Factory, they tend to favor IDW inspired designs, and Soundwave at some point in IDW had a truck mode, and so Sonic Wave here has a truck mode. And the chest is the front part of the truck, and if you look on the back, you can see there's the front wheels there, and there's the back wheels. But he does have an intentional tape deck mode. It's not the best tape deck mode, but it's definitely a tape deck mode. But it's not one of those, oh, we forgot you could do that, so some fan came up with it. No, it was intentional, because like on the legs, he's got parts that can flip out to be for the truck, but on the inside of it, he's got extra flaps that flip out to be part of the tape deck. So it's definitely intentional. He is an intentional triple changer. So he can be a semi-truck or a really big tape deck. You know, a tape deck the size of a semi-truck. So those were the 3 that came in that one package, plus Pterosaur came today. So that's this week's new additions to my collection. But yeah, I will say, you know, his truck mode, as you call it, it's okay. But his tape deck mode's pretty good. But I would say if you're interested in alt modes, don't get this guy. Get New Age. Because I've seen the New Age. New Age looks great. I'm not familiar with the Magic Square, but it's probably good too. His truck mode is, you know, okay, yeah, it kind of resembles a truck. But I just like Iron Factory. I like the robot modes, and I thought this guy looked pretty good in robot mode. It fits my shelf. So I might still get the New Age one because it definitely looks cool. But I'm happy with this one. It all depends on what you go for. Iron Factory is they've got their own style. They've got their own style, and if you like the Iron Factory style, you're in. But if you're looking for like masterpiece, like spot on to G1 style, like David here, this is New Age Optimus Prime. We saw him last week. I mean, you can see he's practically like a masterpiece in Legends scale. You're gonna pay for the price though. These guys, the New Age stuff is expensive, but they give you the real look, like if they're stepped straight out of the G1 cartoon. Iron Factory, you're not gonna get that look, but it's a solid figure, generally fun transformation, and they are generally not as expensive as the New Age type of stuff. So I definitely like the Iron Factory. I've been in on Iron Factory pretty much since the beginning. I think the very first thing they did was like an add-on, like a chess piece for Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. I did not get that, so I can't say it was from the very beginning. But the first figures they came out with were like a little, I want to say it was like a little 6-gun and slammer for Metroplex. They were probably about as barely up to Soundwave's chest here. Tiny little dudes. But they were good, and so I've been getting almost everything from Iron Factory ever since. I kind of like what they were doing in the beginning because their fists and everything were like the 5mm ports. So, and they came with tons of weapons and little shields and stuff that you could. And it was all based around that same 5mm port that you got on like the Deluxes and Voyagers. So you could take weapons that you got from Iron Factory and spread them out to the rest of your collection. And so nowadays they've gone. Which this is fine too, because it does actually add a little bit more. They've gone to like give you bags of, you know, they usually come with the closed fists, and then they'll come with gun holding fists. And I've noticed they've gone to like square shaped guns now. They also usually come with a grabby hand or jazz hands if you want. Soundwave does have the little, you know, poke the shoulder to eject my chest, but when I tried that, I couldn't quite get the arm right to where it was touching. And then he's must have been one time in that one episode he's got like a little scanner or something. So that's kind of what they're doing. It's kind of like DevCon or Galaxy Ranger. He's kind of got the same thing. He's got grabby hands. He's got a closed fist. He's got a gun fist. And this particular mold, like Scourge and Alpha Trion, they have a little kind of a extra staff holding hand. DevCon doesn't have any of that stuff, but that was on the mold, so he's got one of those hands, or two of them. So, well, that's not to say that Iron Factory's the only one doing it. New Age has the same thing too. They give you extra swappable hands. So here's one of Optimus Prime's jazz hands or grabby hands. He even comes with a pair of pointy hands. So you can have Optimus Prime doing the look for you. Lots of play styles. Like I said, Scourge came, in the box. I mean, his head. He came with like 3 or 4 different heads, 3 or 4 different shoulder pads. So you could configure this same figure depending on how you swapped it. So many different ways. So I mean, you could really, if you bought multiples of this guy, which is I think what they were hoping for. You could actually have a different head and shoulder pads on each one of them, so you could have like 4 different ones and have them all different with shoulders and the head. You could probably do more if you had the same head with all the different shoulders, and then the second head with all the different shoulders. So you could probably have like, what would that be, like 16 different combinations? Oh, that's crazy. PB2 says you prefer the stylized Legends over straight G1. Yeah. Well, that's where it all started. I mean, Iron Factory really got the whole Legends game started. There was a few other ones out there doing it, but they're the ones that really kind of jump-started it and got the ball rolling. It was probably a good 2 or 3 years, I think, before Magic Square first started coming out making G1 style. Magic Square is alright, but their plastic is just, I don't know, it's weird. I think a lot of people will tell you that the plastic is just, it just seems like a lower quality plastic. Iron Factory plastic from the very beginning has always been super solid. Very good construction on Iron Factory. And New Age came a little bit after Magic Square as far as I know. And or they might have come around about the same time, but they've got good plastic. I think they even have some die cast in some places. And their paint is really good, so. But just like anything, it'll be depend on who you ask. What's your favorite, and everybody you ask, they'll give you a little bit of a different answer. Honestly, I would like to get more New Age stuff, but man, New Age has just, the prices have skyrocketed. I mean, it was hard. I mean, the Optimus Prime, he came with the trailer and everything, was like $120 for like a Legends scale figure, and that was hard to swallow. But I figured, okay, we'll do that. But that was a nice thing about Iron Factory too. When they first came in, it's like. Yeah, it's a Legends class spot, but usually you could get them for like $25. I mean, even now, I think Soundwave here, I think he was like $35, like $34.99, I want to say. Whereas like a New Age, you're gonna pay like $75 or $85 for that New Age. So if you want to get in on Legends and you don't want to pay a whole lot of money, Iron Factory is where it's at, man. I mean, some of the bigger ones will run you about 60 or 70. I think they're like Super Ultra Magnus, who is practically deluxe and a half, maybe almost a Voyager size figure. He was pricey. He ran I think a little over $100, but I mean he's huge. But the normal Iron Factory stuff, if they're over $50, you know, there's not many. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was 35. Galaxy Ranger here was a little bit more because I think he was an exclusive as opposed to Scourge. And Scourge actually probably was a little high because he came with a lot of accessories. Like I said, he came with multiple heads, multiple shoulders, multiple different configurations. If it was just the figure itself, you probably could have saved $10. Alpha Trion, I don't think was that too expensive. No. Well, did I run out of stuff to talk about? Did someone say Dupe City? Dupe, yeah, Dupe. Been there, done that with the Dupe City. Yeah, I think that's about all there is. That's all I have to say about that. Well, instead of sitting here in silence trying to figure out what to say, I think I should just go ahead and sign off. I've been on here a pretty decent amount of time. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me till the end. And we actually didn't have a pretty big drop off there. Maybe we just didn't have that many people in the stream to begin with. That's the way it goes. Anyway, oh, thank you, Braden. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly, Greg. I will try. Time to call it a night. I can't think of anything to say. I'm getting loopy now. And I'm Engineer Always. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.